And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. The year is 1904. The whole Death Valley region is seething with excitement over some big discoveries in the Funeral Mountains. Prospectors are swarming everywhere. New strikes coming in fast. Mines offered for sale. Keen-eyed engineers, representatives of big mining companies are in the field, competing in the scramble to acquire properties. This is the situation at the opening of our story. Lady Engineer.
Why, Mr. Cramer, you've hardly touched your breakfast. It's not bad news.
That depends. I just received this letter from the Big Four office in San Francisco.
Mary Granger, E.M.
That stands for mining engineer.
A woman mining engineer? She's coming out here? What for?
To get field experience. She's the boss's daughter, Ivy, and well-trained. Graduated from one of the best schools of mines in the country. I've known Mary ever since she was a little girl in pigtails.
Well, what does she look like now?
You'll see for yourself. She's arriving tomorrow. She'll be taking her meals here, I expect. Thank you, Ivy.
Hello, Cramer.
Morning, Evans.
Morning, beautiful.
Oh. Mr. Evans, guess what the Big Four is doing?
Pass me the prunes and tell me.
They're sending out a woman engineer.
A woman? Who is she?
Her name's Granger.
The old man's daughter?
Yes.
He must be losing his mind.
I thought you'd be interested, knowing what rivals Alpha and the Big Four are. Well, what would you like for breakfast, Mr. Evans?
Anything, sweetheart, anything. It'll all taste like duck soup.
I suppose you've inspected claims.
It was part of our field work in college.
These properties are up for real money. It's not students who are pitting their brains against yours. It's big mining companies like Alpha, loaded with Eastern capital.
You haven't much confidence in me, have you, Mr. Cramer?
Just trying to point out to you that the situation has changed since your father first started the Big Four. Oh, and you can call me Justin.
Thank you.
We're up against the stiffest kind of competition here, Mary. That Alpha crowd is buying up everything they can lay their hands on.
Well, then hadn't we better get going? Wherever we're going.
Well, howdy, Mr. Cramer.
Hello, Eli.
Darn windy, ain't it?
Certainly is. Eli, this is Miss Granger.
Well, how's the Colonel's daughter?
Yes.
You out here in Death Valley with your pa?
I'm working here.
For the Big Four. She'd like to examine your claim, Eli.
Well, I got the assay reports right here.
I'd like to take my own samples and have them assayed.
Just as you say.
I'll see you later at the office.
Very well. I see you call your claim the world beater.
On account of how it is. Richest deposit's been uncovered in Death Valley since the Keen Wonder. Worth,
I'll be the judge of that.
Chip off the old block, ain't you?
I hope so.
I remember they used to say, played with ore samples as a little girl instead of blocks.
I did. And I learned arithmetic by weighing nuggets on gold scales. $5,000 is my final offer.
Well, I was hoping to get more.
It's not worth any more.
You don't think so?
Eli, I've been over every inch of this claim.
That you have, miss, with your own little kid.
Well, $5,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's not as much as $12,000.
$12,000?
That's what Alpha offered. Their man Paul Evans was here this morning.
You're bluffing, Eli. You can't fool me.
Fool you? Ain't trying to fool you. I got the bill of sale right here.
You mean you've let me stand here and bargain with you for 2 hours and then all the time the mine was sold?
Well, I was just admiring your technique, miss.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
You're pretty good, you know, for a girl.
And for 2 hours, Eli argued price with her when he already had it sold.
May I sit here?
Oh, certainly.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cramer. Just.
Will you introduce me?
Miss Granger, Mr. Evans.
I've been wanting to meet you, but we always manage to miss each other. I'm either too early or you're too late.
Will you excuse me?
You know, I've heard of sending a boy to market. The Big Four sends a girl.
Don't forget, Evans. She's the old man's daughter. And whether you think so or not, she knows her onions. Property's right here in Furnace Creek Wash.
Behind those limestone hills. I know the location.
You've really learned your way around these past few weeks.
In more ways than one.
The owners have sunk a 75-foot shaft.
You've already examined the mine?
No, I've been there several times. I've done some preliminary negotiating.
And you just want my opinion, is that it?
Before I make him a firm offer? Yes. I suspect Alpha's hot on this one, too. So step on it.
I'll go down right away and bring you back a report.
I'm ready to write you fellows out a check right now to bind the bargain. Start writing.
Hold on, Tom. You've got that other iron in the fire, don't forget.
We can't wait forever on that.
Yeah, but Cramer said...
Oh, so it's the Big Four.
Yeah. They're sending up another engineer today to take a final look.
He'll never top Mr. Evans' offer.
Just the same, we told him we'd hold off.
You say that other engineer's due today?
Anytime now.
That's not Mr. Cramer himself.
No, his sidekick.
Oh. Oh, well. In fairness to everyone, suppose we do this. Let's set a deadline. Say sundown tonight.
That's fair enough.
It's all right with me.
Good. I'll be at your shack at sundown to get your answer.
Meanwhile, I'll go on up to the Ruby Lou. It's another claim we're working.
I'll wait here for the Big Four engineer.
Fine.
Tom, how would you like to make a quick $1,000?
Well, I'd like that just fine. It didn't bring the sheriff in on me.
It won't. Just make sure that Big Four engineer doesn't show up before sundown.
I think that can be arranged.
And, no need to mention this to your partner.
Well, no need at all. Kind of awkward you turning out to be a woman.
There's no sex in mining, Mr. McKinney.
Now, what I mean is the only way we got to getting down the shaft is in the ore bucket.
I've ridden in ore buckets all my life.
If my partner was here, one of us could go down with you.
I prefer to go alone.
Yes, ma'am. Careful now. Hold tight. You got your flashlight?
Of course. I know what I'm doing, Mr. McKinney.
Well, that's good.
I'll signal to you when I'm ready to come up.
I'm trying to. I'm afraid if I force it, the whole darn thing will give away.
Don't do that. There's a big drop below me.
Yeah, it's about 50 feet at least.
You better hold me up again.
Can't pledge a thing either way. I better go fetch my partner. This looks like a job for two.
But don't leave me down here.
He's only a couple of miles from here.
Don't leave me. Stop! Mr. McKinney!
You'll be all right. That rope's good and strong. Anybody around?
Help! Help! Help!
Mary, what happened?
The windlass got jammed. Tom went to fetch his partner. Oh, just in thank heaven you came.
You sit tight.
Sit tight. What do you think I've been doing for the past 4 hours?
There's nothing wrong with this crank. It works perfectly. You all right?
So he did it on purpose. I thought there was something awfully queer about this.
You didn't pass any of the Alpha crowd on the way over here.
No. Justin, you don't believe...
I wouldn't put any kind of skullduggery past Paul Evans. Come on, let's get over to Tom and Jerry's shack.
Hello, Cramer. Good evening, Miss Granger. Lovely night, isn't it? Did you enjoy the sunset?
No, I missed it.
Too bad, it was magnificent.
That's all right. There'll be others. Those we won't miss.
Good night.
Oh, Miss Granger. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on. I mean, are you going somewhere?
Yes, to San Francisco. To visit my family.
Oh, well, have a nice time.
Hello, Mary.
I was just on my way over to see you.
Well, you sure look nice.
This is awfully short notice, I know, but I'm resigning my job.
Because of what happened yesterday?
I've been a dead loss to you, Justin. I've failed completely. I've let my father down, too, which makes me feel terrible.
Nobody wins all the time, Mary. You gotta expect setbacks.
But this is no place for a woman.
Well, I won't argue with you there.
Then you don't think I'm a quitter.
No. If I were in your place, I'd want to go to San Francisco, too. And have the kind of a life a glamorous girl should have.
May I have the honor?
Mr. Evans. How in the world do you happen to be here at the charity ball?
I bought a ticket for $50.
I'm amazed.
Thought I could afford it?
That you'd be interested in anything held for charity.
Well, there's a very charitable side to my nature.
Really?
You'll discover that when you get to know me better.
Aren't you taking a good deal for granted?
You dance divinely.
Did you follow me to San Francisco, Mr. Evans?
No, you're taking an awful lot for granted. I did see your name in the paper as one of the patronesses for this ball.
Well?
I admire you more than any girl I've ever met. You have brains and courage, and you're very beautiful.
Compliments from the enemy camp.
We don't have to be enemies. We can be friends.
Don't tell me you'd like a job with the Big Four.
Mary.
You'd have to ask my father about that.
Will you listen to me?
Only if you don't talk business.
When are you coming back to Death Valley?
I'm having a wonderful time here, being a butterfly.
But you are coming back.
I've made no plans.
Miss Granger, please. Thank you.
Why, she's a raving beauty. Just goes to show you what money will do for you. Said she was just going home on a little visit. But it's a sin she won't be coming back. Do you suppose so?
I doubt it very much, Ivy.
Mr. Evans said he was going on business. Look at that smile. Cat that ate the canary. Well, at least we're here to console each other.
Hey, Smitty, come in here.
You called, sir?
Mary,
Hello, Justin.
you've come back.
I couldn't stay away.
Oh, Mary.
I realized I'd been a quitter.
Oh. You want your job again?
If you'll take me.
Well, here, sit down.
By the way, here's a wire for you from Father. They caught up with me at the stage depot.
He's giving me carte blanche in the Blue Bottle deal.
Blue Bottle?
Uh-huh. It's a new strike up beyond Daylight Pass. The richest one yet. Big Four's got to get it. Says to use my own judgment as to price. He's going to back me up to the limit.
That must be the property Paul was hinting at.
Mm-hmm. I understand he's on tenterhooks, too, waiting for authorization. You been hearing from him?
He writes. Quite often. Justin, may I go with you?
Well, there's no reason why you shouldn't, I guess. Shake a leg.
On account of being Sunday, the office in New York was closed, but they've got my wire by now, and I expect an answer right away.
You didn't have to make a special trip all the way up here just to tell me that.
I don't want any misunderstandings. They'll agree, I'm sure, to $150,000.
I hope.
In the meantime, you'll sit tight, sell to nobody else.
Take lightly.
That's a promise?
Sure.
Good.
Sorry, I ain't entertaining any more offers.
You've sold the mine?
Good as sold. Just waiting for the final word.
Alpha.
I'm naming no names, but they're paying me a handsome price. I'm sorry you folks had a wild goose chase up here.
Mr. Perry,
There's no use dickering, ma'am.
we're not going to dicker. We're going to make you a flat offer.
But I gave this other party an option.
Have you got something I can write on?
Sure.
Mr. Perry, I'm going to write a figure on the back of this envelope. If it's higher than the price that Alpha has offered, will you take it?
Who said anything about Alpha?
If it tops their price, do we get the mine?
Ain't likely you'll top it.
Well, Mr. Perry?
Well, I reckon... that is... Sure.
That's a promise.
Yep.
You're the witness to it.
$199,999. How did you ever come to set a price like that?
I like writing nines.
Hey, what kind of a deal is this?
It's on the level, Perry. This lady's the old man's daughter.
No. By Harry, ma'am, you own it.
Hey, Perry! All right, the deal's all set. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. We're pretty happy about it ourselves. Temporary bill of sale to the Big Four.
The Big Four? Why, you double-dealing desert rat. You gave me your word.
Well, I never dreamed they'd offer more than you had. Honest.
Honest? And as for you, Cramer...
Don't jump on him. Was the young lady called the turn? A real cool gambler she is. Goes it blind for top stakes.
As I remarked to you once before, Evans, she knows her onions.
Paul? You wanted to talk to me?
Yes.
I don't blame you for being sore at me.
Perry, I'm sore at. To you, I take off my hat.
That's very charitable of you.
You remember that night at the ball? I told you I had a very charitable side to my nature. I said, too, I wanted to be friends. Now I want more than that. I want to be partners.
Partners?
We'd make a great combination, Mary. Together we could lick the world, Evans and Granger.
Or Granger and Evans.
Sure, whichever.
I'm afraid I'm rather dense, Paul. Are you proposing?
Darling.
I'm sorry, Paul. The answer is no.
I'm afraid I put it very badly.
On the contrary, you've made everything quite plain, including myself. Good night, Paul.
Mary.
Well, gave you the mitten, did she? Well, cheer up. There are other fish in the sea.
You're resigning again.
Yes, for good this time.
Why? Why in the name of good sense when you've just pulled off a coup any man would be proud of?
You wouldn't understand.
Look, you wanted to prove yourself as a mining engineer. Well, you have.
Mary Granger, E.M. But what about M.E.?
What do you mean?
Me, Mary Granger, 24 and single. There's no satisfaction in beating men at their own game, Justin. I'm going back to San Francisco and try to be a success as a woman.
You don't have to go to San Francisco, darling. You've got that chance. Right here.
And that's the true story of the first woman mining engineer in Death Valley. And for all I know, the last.